Hello, welcome to episode 22 in the Datapack tutorial series. We're going to be making dynamic lights, that's why it's dark. I've got a torch, and obviously we can put the torch on the floor, but wouldn't it be nice if it gave us light as we walked around? It'd be pretty cool if we could use other things as well, maybe like a lantern. So that's what we're going to be doing. Let's go straight in. Okay, right. Load function I'm not really going to be using, but I am going to want some other functions. So I think I'm going to create the files for those first. New file. I'm going to have a create light MC function, and I think we'll spell function correctly, and we'll put a dot there. Well, we're off to a good start. Okay, I'm just going to copy that so we don't do that again. So I've got to create light. I'm going to want to create some markers as well, so I'll do a create marker MC function. We don't need the load. I want to be able to place a light down. Place light. I want to replace the old block that was there, because that's going to be a check to see if we're in water or not. So we'll say replace old block. So we've got to create marker. I want to summon markers as well. Summon markers. And I've got the tick already. Okay, and we're going to need a tag, a list of items. So let's go into our namespace this time and create a new folder. Tags. And we'll create a new folder in there, so I think it would just be item, and inside item I'm going to create a new file and we'll call it light emitter.json. This is going to be a list of all items which give off light. Okay, so we might as well start with this because it's throwing up an error. So it is a list of values, and we're going to have two. First one, let's have a Minecraft torch, and we'll say that works in the air, but if you go underwater the torch will go out. And we'll say Minecraft lantern, and the lantern we'll pretend is waterproof, so if you go underwater it'll work and it'll work in the air. So let's save that and let's close that. So we've got our list of items. Okay, first I'm going to go into the tick function, and I'm not going to put any comments when I'm making it, but in the downloadable version there'll be some comments. Let's only make it run for all players who have a certain tag as well. Execute as any player whose tag equals light active run function create light. Okay, so the tick is going to be going blah, 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 and if someone's got the tag light active, it will go over to create light. So let's go into create light. I just like to press enter, make a bit of space. There we go. Okay, first thing we'd want to do would be to replace the old blocks. So I might just do a little comment, replace old, and then we're going to summon some markers. If they're holding a torch or a lantern, we'll summon some markers. So summon markers. And then lastly, we will place light. So those are the three things we're going to be doing. So first, let's replace the old ones. We're going to execute at any entity whose type equals marker, whose tag equals light. Are we doing at? Yeah, we'll do as well. As. It's always nice when you can spell the little words. There we go. As at S. And we will run function replace old block. Okay. Now we're going to summon our markers. We will execute as any player. I don't want them to be able to do it in spectator, so we're going to say whose game mode is not spectator, if items, entity, that player, weapon.star, and we could say is torch, but remember we just made a list, so let's use our list, is actually in our light emitter list at that player, and then this will be executing at that player's feet. I'm going to lift it up to their head, so I'm going to say positioned 1. It's lifted up to their head. We will run function summon. Did I put a full stop on the end of that summon markers? I did. Let's fix that. Summon markers, come here. Let me rename you. Let's get rid of one of those full stops. Okay, back to create light. Okay, there we go. So, first of all, we replace all the old blocks. Then we say, well, has that player got a light emitter on them? If they have, we'll run at their head the function summon markers. And now we'll place some lights. We will execute as any entity whose type equals marker, whose tag equals light, at s, run function, and what do we want to do here? We want to place lights. Okay. So we can see what's happening there. We replace the old ones, we summon some new markers if we're holding the right item, and then we place lights at the new markers. So let's get these things working. Let's go to maybe replace the old block. Well, actually, let's summon the new blocks first. Let's start at the end. Okay, so let's summon the markers. So, summon markers. Now, if we just had one marker, if their head was in something like hanging grass or something like that, it wouldn't place a light block and the light would go off. And if we had one at their feet, if they were standing in grass, the light would go off. So I'm going to create markers all around them. So I'm going to do, actually, what I might do is I'll make a separate function to create marker. So, first thing, I'm just going to run that function. Function create marker. That should go to that function and it will create a marker in their head. And now I want to create some more around them. So I'm going to do execute positioned run function create a marker. Now obviously that is going to do exactly the same thing, but I just want to copy it. Copy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so how many have I got? I've got 6. So I'm going to create one at their head. I'm going to create one positive x from their head, one minus x from their head, one positive y from their head, one minus y from their head, one positive z from their head, one minus z from their head, s. So what we're doing is we will be, let's say that's my head. We're going to try and place a marker there, but we're also going to try and place one there, 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 and there. So if one of them is blocked, or 2 or 3 of them are blocked, there's still other ones to give off light. So that should be pretty safe. If you're crawling through a one-high tunnel which is full of grass, you're not going to have any light. Okay, let's go back. Well, that's calling the function create marker, and create marker at the moment is obviously not doing anything. So let's go into create marker. I think first thing I'm going to do is say if there's a light block there already, don't bother creating a marker. So execute if block at those coordinates is a light. Well, let's use the namespace. Is a Minecraft light. Then run return fail. Okay, so we're going to go in. We're going to try and create a marker in one of those spaces. Let's say we try the one above our head. Oh, there's a light there already. Fail. Okay. Next, I'm going to save the data of the block that is already there. So I will do execute if block at those coordinates is in the Minecraft air list. Then I'm going to run data modify storage. I do infernal devices data, and we'll just say light. And I'm going to say block set value Minecraft air. So if we do go into a cave and it's cave air, that will be detected because we've got a tag list. Later on we will just be setting it back to air, but that doesn't really matter in a cave. What we could do is just say Minecraft air set value Minecraft air. Execute if Minecraft cave air set value Minecraft cave air. If it's void air, set void air. I'm just going to set them all back to air, and I'm going to have another one as well. So that's our air check. And I'm going to have another check here. We don't need the tag list for this one. And we're going to check, is it water? And if it is water, I'll save water. Okay, that seems all right. Okay. So we've gone to the block. We've checked there isn't a light there. Now we've saved the data of what block is there. So we'll do execute if storage execute if, that's why, execute if data storage block. So if anything is in there, it could be air, it could be water, just as long as that data exists, then we will run summon a marker at those coordinates with some tags. It's going to have two tags, 1, 2. First one is going to be light because we've been using that. The next one will be init me. Okay, so what's happening? Is there a light there already? Yes. Stop. No, keep going. Is there air there? Save the word air. Is there water there? Then save the word water. Have you saved a block type? If you have, then create a marker. If you haven't, don't create a marker. So if it's not air and it's not water, we're not going to be placing a marker. So that will protect other blocks. Now let's save the block type onto the marker. So each marker is going to remember which block it replaced. Data modify entity, any entity whose type equals a marker, whose tag equals init me, limit equals 1, into its data block, set from storage ID light block. Okay, so now that each marker will remember what block it's replaced, but we only want to do that once, so we better remove the init me tag. Tag any entity type equals marker, tag equals init me, tag equals init me, remove init me. Why have I put that down there? Remove init me. There we go. Now it won't keep updating its current block. And then we'll delete that block storage. Data remove from storage block. Okay, so then what it'll do is come through to the next one. So what's happening? Let's just do a quick little recheck what we're doing. In the tick, okay, they do have the tag. Let's create a light. We shall remove the old lights. We'll summon markers and we'll place a light. Now we're doing a bit in summon markers. So are you holding a light emitter? Yes, you are. Okay, go to summon markers. Summon markers. Execute this function at their head, one above their head, one to the positive X, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. We're going in each direction. We will try to create a marker. Okay, we'll go into create marker. Is there light there? Then don't do anything. Is there air or water there? If there is, save the block. If you saved a block, create a marker. Copy that block into the marker, remove the block you saved. Okay, that seems good. Let's do a little bit of save. Let's clear up by getting rid of some of these. And we'll go back to create light. So we've summoned the markers, but we're not placing any light yet. So let's do place light. Okay, so execute a marker tag light at S, run function place light. Let's go into place light. Make a bit of space. What do we want to do here? Well, I suppose we want to check what block was there before. Was there air there before, or was there water? So we'll do execute if data entity at S, and at S, remember let's get create light back. We are running this as the marker. Okay, so at S in this function is the marker. And we'll check its data. And in its data, we'll check, does it say block Minecraft air? If it does, we will run set block at those coordinates air. Done. What if it doesn't say that? What if the marker has stored water instead? Then what we'll do is we'll set block. Oh no, we don't want to set air here. That's not going to help. We want to set a light block. There we go. Light with a level equals 12, let's say. Okay, so if it was air, we'll put a light block. If it's water, well, we're still going to put a light block. But I want the light block to be waterlogged. Otherwise, we're just going to be going down vacuuming up the water, and we don't want that. So now we've placed the lights. Save. Let's have a little look and see what happens if we just reload now. Okay, nothing happening. If I put the torch in my hand, nothing happening. I don't have the tag. Okay, so let's do tag at P, add light active. Okay, that's good. We've got a light. Now, as I move around, probably what's going to happen here, my light is coming with me, but we're not clearing it up as we go. If we grab one of these little light blocks here and turn that on, we'll see that I've left an awful trail behind me. Oh dear. Okay, we better do some cleaning up. Let's go back. So we've placed a light. We've summoned the markers. We've placed a light. We better do the replace old. Okay, let's do replace old. So we'll go into replace old block, and we're executing again as and at the marker. Replace old. Let's make a bit of space. So now it's going to be very similar to the place light. So I'm going to go back to place light, and I'm just going to copy all of that. Copy, and then I'm going to paste that into replace old, and we'll check, was the block that was there before air? Oh, okay, well in that case put some air back. Or was the block that was there before water? Well, in that case put some water back. Save. And what we should do also is kill the marker now, otherwise it's going to keep trying to put stuff back. So we'll do kill at S. Let's go and give that a little test. Okay, reload. Woomph. Suddenly gone off, and they should all fade because the markers were still there, and we've just done a kill. Now I've got no light. I'm not holding my torch. Let's turn my torch on. Oh, okay, that's pretty nice. Yeah, I'm going around with my torch. Right, let's see if we can get it working. Let's put that in the offhand. There we go. Oh, why has that happened? Because I've picked up my bulb, and when you pick up the bulb, you can see things. Let's get rid of that. Go on, they'll fade away in a minute. Go on. Okay, let's see if we can get water working. Water. We'll make a little hole. Ah, there we go. And we'll fill it. Okay. So at the moment, it pretty much looks like our torch is still working. Let's take our torch off. Okay. On, off. Well, our torch works underwater. Yeah, I don't like that. Okay. Let's go back. And we want to do something to fix that. So where's that going to be? I would imagine we're going to want to go to the create marker here. So we're creating the marker. We're saving the existing block type. Right, so if I'm holding the torch or I'm holding the lantern, it's saving both of these. And if it does save something, then it summons a marker. So we could do an extra test here. Execute if block is water. If items entity at S, weapon either hand is a lantern, run data modify water. Okay, so we're coming into this function. Doesn't matter if we've got a torch or a lantern. If it's air, we'll save the block air. But we'll only save block water if we're holding a lantern. So then when it gets down here, if we do have a torch, it's not going to place a marker because we haven't saved anything for water. That's my thinking. Okay, well, let's go back and find out. Don't forget to do a reload. Yes, Omnimorris, I think about it every time I type reload now. Right, down we go. Oh, my torch has gone out. That seems pretty good. And I'm back out. Okay, lantern check. I don't know what I'm typing there. There we go, that'll do. Lantern. Now I've got a lantern. We've got no difference above the water, but if we go under... Aha! Lanterns do work underwater, but torches don't. Nice! There we go. Okay, I think... well, actually, let's check. Let's get a block. Let's put our lantern in our offhand. There we go, so we don't keep losing our light. Let's just make sure we're not killing random blocks. We can jump around stuff. Yeah. Don't seem to be. What about something like grass? Let's get some grass and let's get a bit of hanging, whatever that stuff's called, hanging roots. So let's put a bit of grass there. Let's put a bit of hanging roots up there. Let's go and stand in it. Okay, so we're not replacing anything. And now we're obviously not summoning lights in the hanging root or in the grass. But because we're summoning them around, it's still working. Cool. Okay. We'll try and keep it a little bit short. I think that's reasonably successful. I kind of like it. That's my little tests with dynamic lights. Right. I'll see you next time. Have a good day and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.